have to do airplane mode.
Live is on. Perfect.
Whoa.
That's right. See, it's the magic of the internet. The internet magic.
That's right. It's going to space and coming back.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Let me go over here. Perfect. That's perfect. All right. I'm trying to get myself dialed in here. What's happening, everybody? What's going on a Saturday? We're hanging out. It's Jason with Dad's That Cook. And you know what? We've been having a lot of people asking us questions. How the heck do you stay healthy and still eat all the food you make? Well, we're going to answer those questions today because we're making some killer food with my buddy over here, Sequoia Hall, and his wife, Dr. Mindy Peltz of the Reset Academy, along with my wife, Lulu, otherwise known as Michelle, but Lulu.
People are still joining.
And people are still joining, but I'm just giving you a quick little heads up on what's going on. We're going to be making some killer food, and we're going to be talking about healthy, delicious food. And we've got Dr. Mindy Peltz and Sequoia hanging out with us today, making some what they call feast day for themselves. They're going to be pigging out like pigs with pig, because that's what they're doing is pig.
Out on a pig.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to be making some fish. We've got some snapper. We've got a couple of things. We're going to make a sandwich. We're going to make something with some zucchini spirals that I made, a little spaghetti. It's going to be delicious as well. So I can't wait to get started with you guys.
Awesome. We're excited to be here.
Exactly. So let me introduce you guys to Sequoia Hall and Dr. Mindy Peltz.
Dr. Mindy Peltz.
We did, okay, I have to preface, okay. Saturday morning, we're doing what they're called is a Reset Academy, and we're resetting our body right now. That's what we're doing. We're freaking our body out. So Dr. Peltz over there had a workout this morning. We're like, get up at 8 o'clock. Workout. Hey, she said it's only 20 minutes, but I'm going to tell you, I was dying. Not even 20 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, I got to sit down. It was a great workout. I have to say, it was a great workout and got me ready to eat today. So I'm stoked.
And,
Basically, Mindy, you kicked our ass this
Totally.
morning.
I love it. I love it. That's my specialty. That's how you reset your health. And that's how you have a feast day.
Right.
Is you gotta earn your feast day.
Right.
Yeah, we did.
So let's start off with a little bingo bango. Bingo
Yeah.
bango in our world means drink up.
I'll get this.
So we're having some delicious wine. What did we get here? We got some.
We're trying something new. We're trying a little bit of sustainable wine or organic wine, which doesn't have to be expensive.
It
which
doesn't
is
have
nice.
all the sugar in it as well, I believe.
Yeah, and it's a little bit less sulfates, right? Is that
Exactly.
right, Sequoia?
it depends on what you're getting, but I think a lot of wines can have pretty harsh stuff in them. And a lot of wines can be really good. So going out and finding the really good wines, which is what we do, is a lot of fun. And you can find wine that has no residual sugar, is not contaminated with a bunch of chemicals. There are people out there that distribute these kind of wines, and they're not going to be spiking your blood sugar, which is great.
That's awesome. Hey, Sequoia, by the way, the camera is over here.
Oh yeah.
Just letting you know.
That's a very good point.
Like, who's he talking to?
He has a whole nother audience there.
You know, the other thing too is, do you know that wine is the only food that doesn't require a label? So they can put anything they want in wine.
Really?
Wow, that's scary.
Super scary.
Yeah.
We used to co-own a winery, if you may remember, and there was not any regulations on the finning agents that we used, a lot of those kind of things to help clarify the wines or add different things. There are like 200 different chemicals that you can use, I think it is. So
Wow.
you definitely want to be careful when you're picking out your wine. Know where it's made, know your farmer.
Yeah.
That's our big thing that we have, is really what we want people to do is know where your food comes from. That is like the first great step that you can take in eating healthy food, is just know where it comes from. Know your farmer, know what kind of things they do. Do you like that? Does it sound good? That would be the food I want to eat. So.
Well, go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I think one of the things that I like too is looking at package labels and seeing how many ingredients are in there. And if there's like 3 or 4, at least that's better than 15 or 20. I mean, is that a good thing to do?
Yeah, or something without a label. Doesn't have a label at all. Like, you know, when you go into a store, the healthiest place to be is around the outside of the store.
Right.
So if you go into the inside of the store, you've got all the chemicals and prepackaged
Packaged food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of farmers, a lot of ranchers,
Yeah.
a lot of hunters.
Yeah. A lot of wild game.
Yeah.
Which is great.
With the show. So, and we've got a really great group already assembled.
Awesome. So again, I'm just going to preface what's going on for all you guys just joining in today. It's Jason, Dad's That Cook. And we've got our lovely people over here, Sequoia, who actually was on our show several years back.
3
Way
years
back when, in the beginning of time.
3 years ago.
I know. It was a little bit further than that. So Sequoia's come back on, and we're talking about healthy, delicious food. They're making what they're doing cheat day, kind of feast day is what they call it.
We don't call it
We're making some fish. We're making a couple of things. So for you guys, if you guys want to know about being healthy and you want to know about what to do for your body, there's a link down below too to the Reset Academy that Dr. Mindy Peltz over here has going on that Michelle and I have just joined in and started doing, and it's phenomenal. We're really excited about it. So let's get started. What do you think?
Yeah.
What are you making? What are you making today, Sequoia?
I've got some fun. This is like my favorite thing to make right now is I got a new smoker, an egg, and it is awesome and it's fun to explore. And so I am doing a smoked pork butt wrapped up in banana leaves that I got from the tree in my backyard. I have actually a few banana trees. And
Wow.
It's like going back to I grew up on the island of Guam, and it's like the flavors that I remember from the fiestas and stuff in the villages. So definitely banana leaf is an integral part of a lot of island cuisine. And it can be used in place of tin foil, all kinds of things. It's a naturally occurring, wrap that gives some fun flavor. So that's the big thing. I have finadeni, which is a sauce from Guam. And it's basically a soy sauce based hot sauce that is very popular. And it's I think it tastes wonderful. I hope my family likes it as much as me because I've been making it a lot recently. And then we have some buttermilk biscuits.
Oh, yum.
Truly a feast day for us. We don't look at it as like a cheat day. We look at it as feasting because everything that
Can you
we're
see that?
eating.
Oh, God, look at that.
It's gluten-free too. I heard you're gluten-free, Michelle.
Yes.
And so today we are going to be doing a lot of gluten-free. I've got in my stuff, normally you would dredge and use
Which doesn't mean
panko.
it's going to be bad. It means
No.
it's
No.
Just different. It's your lateral, right, that you guys talk about a lot. And so we use a panko, a gluten-free panko, which works really well. And again, I'm going to have a bun. So I am going to do, this has gluten in it. So I have to say that's going to be me eating that. But I do have the zucchinis that I freshly spiraled up and made into spaghetti myself with my mandolin. So that's the healthy part.
Awesome.
Well done.
Awesome. Yeah.
Impressive.
You brought up the lateral change thing, and this is where food can be really fun. It's like, if you just change an ingredient to a healthier ingredient or healthier version, wholer version of the ingredient, it's going to dramatically improve your dish, the way it tastes, and it's not going to be as bad for you. So
Exactly.
Make it yummy. We're all about that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, we're not deprived around here just because we're eating, just because we do a lot of fasting and we eat, amazingly healthy food. There is no deprivation. In fact, we've gotten to a point where we don't go out to eat because we can always make it better in our home.
Well, yeah, exactly. Right. I
Right.
know. That's what I tell him. Show everybody your fish.
All right. So I think we got to get cooking here. I think
Yeah.
people want to see the food.
okay, I'm going to bring in the pork while you're showing off your stuff there.
All right. You do that. He's going to go to his green egg, people. Get his stuff. Let me go back over here.
Loaded up on this cool cooking board. This Dad's the Cook has a
Oh, wow.
blood thing there, so I'll catch all the juices when I pull it off. So
Nice.
thank you, Jason.
All right. We'll see you in a bit. Okay. Let me pin my happy self here. Okay. Here we are. So this is what we got going on today, folks. I am doing a couple of different ways of making some red snapper or cod, whatever you guys want to do, okay? A nice white fish, nice and light, nice and tasty. And this is very quick to make, very easy. You put your oven on at 425. So this is my fish. This is what it looks like right here. Okay, I've got a big piece here that I didn't cut up, but these ones I cut up over here because I'm going to use these in the sandwich. I'm going to make a little sandwich. I'm going to make something else. So the first thing we need to do, looks like Sequoia's got his meat.
And is that like fish and chips?
It could be like fish and chips.
A
But we're going to
healthier
bake it. We're baking it. So we're not doing the deep fried kind of action and stuff like that.
I like that. So we're baking it.
We're baking.
We're baking
We're going to bake it. Yay!
We're gonna bake the fish.
So I'm going to do this so I can get them in the oven real quick, and then we're going to come back to Sequoia, and he can talk about his banana leaf action that he's got going
And
on.
the pork.
And the pork.
Yum.
Exactly. Okay, so I got some breadcrumbs. I got the panko breadcrumbs, and I put a little paprika and some salt. And I just mix that up in there. Also, the egg wash. The egg wash is a little different because it's just egg and a little bit of Dijon mustard. That's what you're going to use, Dijon mustard. All right, so I'm going to grab some fish. I'm going to stick that in there. I'm going to grab like 3 pieces here. I'll leave the other 3 for the other dish. I'm going to throw that in there, mix it up, get it in my panko real quick.
Okay, now while you're doing that,
Yeah,
couple
go ahead,
questions. So one of them, importantly, from James
Castiglione.
Castiglione.
Yes.
He says, "Is Jameson Black Barrel healthy?"
I don't know. We've got some whiskey people here, Sequoia. You'll have to.
We'll have to
jump
talk
in on
about that because we've got quite a whiskey group, including.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know the sugar side of whiskey. I think it's not that bad. We had some interesting folks come and ask for advice in our online programs. We had a guy who was a bar back, and he said that he took 200 shots a week. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And he wanted to know what we could do to with him. That was an interesting.
We didn't have any advice for him.
So if we can, so it depends on what you're doing. So,
Maybe that's a feast day question, right?
Right,
Exactly. So-
Exactly.
That's a good thing to have on your feast day. Let's see. And then people are from all over the United States for sure. I don't know where the furthest away is, but we've got Kansas, chicken cacciatore in the oven. Of course, Los Angeles. I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. People are coming from all over the place.
Okay, so these are the breaded guys right here. Okay, with the panko, we're going to stick it on a little greased pan. Real simple. These ones here, these ones are going to be simple as well. All we're going to do is do a little pinch of salt. We've got some fresh lemon zest. Okay.
Nice.
A little lemon zest on there. And then you've got shredded Parmesan on there. Okay. Load up as much as you want. Do your flavors. Add salt, add pepper, whatever you want to do. And then we're going to stick that on there, and that's just going to bake. We're going to bake these for about 10 minutes, and that's that. I'm going to stick it in the oven, and I'm going to let Sequoia do his gig.
That's some good fat right there, Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think about cheese? I mean, is cheese healthy? What's the scoop on cheese?
Yeah, you know what we endeavor to help people do is to find out for them what works for them. So there's not like one statement, but oh, you should eat this way. I mean, you can chime in here, but
Yeah,
we teach variety, and we teach finding the avenues that work for you, because we're all very specialized and individualized, especially with our microbiome, which you're going to hear us talk about a little bit. And go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think you can make it the healthiest possible by doing raw cheese, which can be hard to find. But the reason raw is so good is that you're getting the enzymes. They didn't pasteurize and heat the enzymes out of it. So you end up getting like it'll break down the lactose when the enzyme is in there. So a lot of people are dairy intolerant because of pasteurized dairy, that they just heated it up, killed all the good stuff. And when you leave the enzymes in the probiotic, it actually helps to break it down.
Ah, yeah, and we've had a like Jim Wilson. I know he's watching. He's made his own cheese on the show. Yeah, his own ricotta cheese.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah, so I thought that would be really healthy.
Yeah, and one thing that we're learning about the microbiome or health in general is the microbiome. The critters inside our gut are incredibly important. And this is not expensive food. This is an inexpensive way that you can dramatically improve your health. So today what we're doing is with our pork, which I'm letting repose as long as I can, so it's hiding. It's going to come out here pretty soon. We're having some kimchi. Bonnie Carlson, who co-wrote the cookbook, The Reset Kitchen with Mindy, made this and sent it to us. And I was like, oh, what are we going to be featuring? We're also gonna have this because this is awesome.
Amazing.
This is homemade by Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. And it's incredibly powerful for creating just general health in your body, creating diversity in your gut, which is incredibly important. So that goes back into the probiotics and the cheese and raw cheese and that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I like cheese. I like a lot of cheese. And I could eat cheese all the time. And I always find myself digging into the fridge going, cheese.
Yeah.
I found some cheese.
I think we're going to go a little lighter on the cheese.
Maybe a little
Luckily, we have
We
pickle.
have somebody that loves cheese. Hey, Paxton.
The other thing too is you talked about butter this morning. Wait, I wish I could I'll send you the recipe, but these biscuits have like maybe 5 sticks of butter in them.
Holy crap.
Wow.
They're so good. But it's all like, so the dairy's all organic. We get raw dairy. Like we go like, what this is the thing about a feast day is it doesn't mean you just eat whatever you want. It means that you actually take pride in the quality of ingredients that you're going to put in there. We have, the fat and so much that goes into food is just poor ingredients. And if you come back to good ingredients, you're going to be in a healthy path.
Oh, that's good advice.
And
All
do
right,
you recommend like a unsalted butter or salted butter? Doesn't matter. Just
It depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
If you're worried about blood pressure, then that's a whole nother discussion. You've got to go look up blood. There's new research showing that blood pressure, it's not even new, this is like 10 years old, showing that blood pressure goes up from too much sugar. It doesn't go up from salt. So, that old theory of staying off of salt, it's not applicable to everybody.
Right.
interesting. All right, go for your pork.
let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
See what this is. Let's move these out so they don't get banana leaf on them. Because it can get a little bit flaky here.
You want a biscuit?
It's really good. Let's see. So I would say we're probably about over 14 hours on this pork. So it's a little long, but I started it in the middle of the night so that it would be ready for this time. And you can see the leaf is still a little moist and is keeping everything nice and moist. And that is looking really good.
Wow.
Look at those banana leaves.
That looks awesome. I wish I had a big old banana
I
plant in the back.
know. We're gonna have to put one in the back just because it's so
We
gorgeous.
planted a little mini grove, and so we get different banana leaves. We have different types. So we have some that are red leaf and some that are green leaf, and I like to mix them together. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
All right, you're gonna have to lift that up close
Oh,
to the
big
camera to show
screen.
what's going on.
The camera's up here, remember?
I know.
Oh, wow. But it's juicy.
Yeah, and it's
It's gonna
hot.
fall apart, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the bone
Don't
out.
burn your fingers.
Yeah, I know.
It's so good. I wish you could have a taste of it.
You're no doubt. I want some of that. Instead, I've got this lonely old little fish I'm making.
This is the bad part of Zooming cooking.
So when I smoke it, I like to do the bone-in smoke. I think, I'm not going to say I'm any kind of smoking specialist. I just started doing it more regularly, but super fun, and definitely I'm noticing good results with the bone-in. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's definitely going to pull straight apart. So I'm
Oh,
going to go
that
ahead and
might
get
be the best.
utensils
Take it out. You can
No,
do it. You can
no,
get
no, I'm pulling the bark off first because I know somebody that likes the bark a lot.
Oh, I love the bark. That's the spot, man. You want that crunchy, chewy deliciousness.
I told him he has to come on camera if he wants any bark.
Oh, really?
So,
He's not shy anymore?
No.
Okay, good. What's happening? How'd your golf game go the other day, Pax?
What?
How'd you play golf the other day? How'd that go?
This week's been good. I've got 2 birdies, but the other day I didn't play great. But this week was
Nice.
good.
yeah.
All right, let's shove some of that stuff in your face. See how it goes.
Oh, it looks good. We
Yeah.
have
There's
we
the
have a
camera.
debate in the family about how long you let it cook because these guys want it to fall off the bone, and I just want to eat it. So this has been in how long?
16 hours actually.
Wow.
16 hours.
Yeah.
How awesome.
Yeah, and so the fat is really rendered away. You can
I
see
see
it.
that only one kid is getting a treat there.
Tyler, you want to come in and get one too?
Tyler, you better jump on in, man. You're the next
I'm
contestant.
a little camera shy.
Hey.
What's happening, Tyler?
Here's,
Right there.
but here's the bark if you want. the
But
bark.
you need the bark.
Or you don't like the bark.
Wow.
She
you
doesn't
don't
like the bark.
I'm very picky. So it's good. More for me and Pax. So
Hey, while you guys are doing that, a question came in for Mindy. So what about a dairy-free butter, Dr. Peltz?
Yeah, I mean, the challenge anytime you do like a free anything like low fat, dairy free, lactose free is you got to read the labels. And it's like what you said, Michelle, like, are there, when they take something out, they're like putting a chemical in.
Mm.
And my big thing, and you'll taste it, like when we're talking good quality food, like the chemicals don't taste as good. When you take the chemicals out of it, then it tastes much better. So there's like Earth Balance and some margarines. Those are, to me, they don't taste as well and they're less healthy. But dairy free, like some of the soy butters are okay. You just have to read the ingredients. And if there's anything in the ingredient that you can't pronounce or you don't know what it is, put it back. So,
Yeah, that's interesting. I bought a, for us, for a cocktail, a low sugar lemonade because I thought, oh, this will be good. But as soon as I tasted it, I realized I hadn't looked at the ingredients and it had the stevia in it, or stevia, however you pronounce it. And I just did not like the taste at all of it. And I just thought, oh, okay, it would be better to use less of something that has better ingredients, right?
I'm not a fan. I mean, stevia is good for your blood sugar, but I do not like the taste.
Yeah, it's got a bite. It's got an aftertaste to it. It just kind of lingers, and it's not tasty.
When we did the first episode with you, I think we did ice cream, right? And we sweetened it with coconut sugar because it was lower on the glycemic index. It's like 25% of what regular sugar is. So anytime you can make a lateral change where you're changing what happens in your body and the chemistry, that's a great thing. So
And I like that. I like the thing you guys are talking about with the lateral changing, just substituting something else for something else, like maybe milk you're substituting with almond milk, or, I'm sure you've got a million examples of
How about-
lateral exchange.
How about your zucchini?
Yeah, the zucchini is a lateral
Sure.
exchange.
Exactly.
Rather than using a pasta, which you could use a pasta if you really wanted to, but we're making our own pasta with zucchini, simple, easy stuff.
come late, you can get a bowl and help yourself. It's good.
Yeah, get in there and start eating. Are you guys making sandwiches, or how are you guys doing? You're just going to stick it in a bowl and eat it and shove it in your face?
So we also, Pax and I like to keep a pretty healthy supply of these pickled onions, especially for the pulled pork. They go really well. So we just get the onions from our local farmer and we pickle them ourselves. Awesome. And it's so yummy. So we keep a big container of this in our fridge almost all the time.
That's great. And you guys are big on the fermenting things. I know we talked about that.
So good. It's so important. Yeah, definitely. And you can do it yourself at home. There's all kinds of ways that you can learn how to do that.
You don't have to make yours a sandwich.
Or you can buy it. There's lots of options you can buy in the store these days too. So it depends on how much you want to cook.
All right, so I've got some fish that just got done, and
Awesome.
I got to pull it out. So here it goes. Here's the fishy fish. You guys, I'm going to pin myself here real quick. All right, here we go.
Too big.
Okay. So here's,
You try and fit it, Daddy. Oh, barbecue sauce.
Oh, check that out. Sorry.
Oh, look at that.
You can do barbecue sauce.
So he put cheese on
all right,
top.
hold on a second. All right, so I've got some fish here, guys. And this is a breaded panko one that I use panko, gluten-free panko stuff. It's also got a little bit of Grey Poupon, little Dijon inside it. This one here has Parmesan and lemon zest and a little bit of salt. Very simple. That one's going to go on the noodles. So I'm going to put these guys together and you'll see how simple it is in just a second. So let's do that.
Sequoia, one of the questions that people have, so can you talk about the process that you did with the pork and the banana leaves? Talk a little bit more specifically about that.
I think I might be muted. You might want to check. Can you hear me? I think
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah,
For sure.
we can hear you.
We muted you a second ago. So.
I know we had a lot of conversation that happened. Zoom doesn't work well with cross conversation. So yeah, the pork. I filmed a bunch of the stuff, and Jason has some of the pictures. But we ground up some spices for the bark. We used star anise, pepper, salt, and pepper flake, a really hot pepper flake that I like. And I ground all that together, and I put that into the pork. And then after that, I covered the pork in mustard, and then I put it in my fridge and let it age like that overnight. And then yesterday, when I put it on the grill, I just put, I got the grill to 200, 215 is where I was going for. I knew I was going to be cooking for a long time, so I wasn't worried about a super high temp. And I have to say the egg goes forever on the same amount of charcoal. It's amazing how it does that. And then I pulled it off and wrapped it in banana leaves with about 2 hours before we came on air. So it's been in the banana leaves for about the last 2 hours. And I put apple juice underneath it to help keep it moist during the whole process.
You put apples underneath it?
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Apple juice in the drip pan. So
Sweet.
so that you could do different things. You could use beer, for example. That would be another option, depending on what kind of flavor. And for the smoking, I used apple wood because I was going for a really mellow sort of flavor on it. I didn't want to
Delicious.
something. So
Okay, so now I'm going to whip up a little something here with the noodles that I made with the zucchini noodles. First thing I need to do is grab my garlic that I squished and crushed earlier, a little bit of lemon juice that I squeezed out of my lemon, throw that in there, and then the oil, a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to whisk that up real good. Simple, easy. And I'm going to throw a little bit of salt in there with it too, just a pinch of salt. Whip that up. We're going to grab our little noodles. Okay. And we've got some scallions, little guys, some green onions that I chopped up. We're going to throw those in. Okay, some Italian parsley. We're going to throw that in. And we got some heirloom tomatoes that we chopped up. I'm going to throw that in there too. Okay. We're going to mix these guys up real quick. Just give it a little stir. Okay. All right. That's simple and easy. And the lemon juice just really pops the flavors, which is great. And lemon's really good for you, by the way.
And how did you do the noodles like that?
So the noodles are real simple. And if you guys don't have a mandolin, you can get one. This is a real simple cheapo mandolin I got, I think, on Amazon. And you just put the little attachment in, you you just squirrel it and boom, done. So easy. It took me 2 minutes. Rather than buying a package that's already done that costs more, do it yourself. Now we're going to grab this little mix that we put together with the lemon juice and the garlic and everything. And we're going to throw that in there a little bit. I'm going to save a little bit so I can pour it on top of the fish. Okay. And we're going to mix that together.
And did you cook the zucchini?
I did not cook the zucchini, which you would think you would want to cook it, right? And I thought about, well, maybe we should cook it. But you know what? If you do this little If you do the zucchini like this, you make little spaghetti out of it, it tastes really good raw. And I know you guys are probably thinking, raw zucchini? You don't know until you try it. So try a little piece. Look, I'm going to grab a little piece right here.
Oh, nice.
That's good. That's really good.
Do you guys do a lot with raw vegetables?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fermented vegetables are raw.
Oh, yeah, for
So,
sure.
definitely are big fans of raw vegetables. That you want to talk about that. One thing to know about vegetables, this is sort of interesting, and as we're talking about ingredients, is the ingredients in the United States, our nutritional value of that zucchini has changed, and it's lost about 2/3 of its nutrients from 50 years ago.
Wow.
And that's
Dad?
yeah. So what we used to think was a great healthy food, we might have to eat more of, or better yet, buy it local from somebody you know who's growing it with a mineral-rich soil. Well, so in the I think more and more all around the country, you're finding those kind of farmers.
Or
So
grow it yourself, right?
grow it
grow it
yourself.
yourself,
That's
yeah.
right. Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Grow it
All
yourself.
right.
Yeah, that
Here's-
took 5
here's the-
minutes.
Here's the plated dish of this snapper cod.
It's really
It does
good.
look good.
It's really good, really healthy for you. You're gonna love it. So we'll get the recipes up in a little while, but I really like how simple and easy this was to make. It wasn't difficult, and you can make this in literally 10, 15 minutes. So that's done.
We're gonna take
That-
a quick
that
look.
would-
Eat it. What'd
You
you say?
could actually eat that on a non-feast day.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
it seems pretty darn healthy, right? Now, James had a question for you. Is there a difference between the banana leaf and butcher's paper, such as flavors or moisture? So if you could talk about an alternative to the banana leaf, because a lot of people don't have banana trees.
Right. Well, you're not going to get, if you don't have the banana tree, you're not going to get the banana tree flavor. So the banana tree leaf has a real flavor to it. And there are other leaves that other people all around the world wrap food in. So I don't know what's local to you. That's an option. Certainly paper is fine. It's great. So it's just, I really like the flavor that I get from the banana leaf, and I have them in my backyard. So it works really well.
So there you have it,
Exactly.
They're
So
also
you feel like we could do butcher paper though, and because we don't have a banana leaf tree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So-
Pat wanted to comment on it.
Paxton has a
Also-
comment.
with the banana leaf, because they're a thicker leaf, they help keep the moisture in better compared to something like paper or something else like that. Because then it
Yeah.
allows like a more moisture stay in, the juices stay in, and all that stuff. Then like
Okay, so I think you can buy a bag of banana leaves.
I don't know where you could. It seems like there's banana trip plants in a lot of parts of the United States. You might be able to find some around where you work.
Okay.
That might be an idea. Maybe people don't care if you cut one leaf because they tend to grow pretty quickly. So that would be an option.
So we're recommending that you cut your neighbor's tree. and-
Yeah. Go up to Sequoias and late at night, and you just jump over the fence, grab some leaves.
No, you definitely wouldn't want to do that. I think that, paper's great. You just want to do the last 2 hours in wrapped up so it doesn't lose the moisture. So that's what you're trying to do, is to keep the moisture in the meat. So that's
Makes sense. And a lot of people use foil, and sometimes they do the butcher paper wrapped and then the foil wrapped around that. That's another trick that people do. Again, if you have a banana leaf tree in the back, go get it.
But let's stay with that theme for a second. If it doesn't have as much moisture with the butcher paper, should you be adding, a little bit more oil or butter or anything else because of the moisture?
I've read a lot of people. Well, that's why I put the tray of the apple juice underneath the meat. So that helps a lot with the moisture. I've read people will spritz with different juices or different liquids as well throughout the smoking process. That's an option.
Injecting.
That's where the natural leaf, something that's natural is really good because it has inherent moisture and it imparts flavor. So the banana leaf does impart flavor, which you're not going to get with the other. I do use 2 leaves, so I wrap it one way and then I cross wrap it. and seal it. So that's one thing. It's not just one banana leaf. It's pretty tight. This time around, I was able to get the two ends to work to stick together, so I didn't have to wrap in twine. But often I'll use twine if I have to keep the leaf intact. But this time it worked, so I didn't need to do that as well. So.
All right, I'm going to whip up this little sandwich. And again, the sandwich is easy because it's basically just a piece of fish on some happy little brioche buns. Okay. I've got some chipotle, which is really delicious. I love this product. This is a great product. If you like chipotle, this stuff's amazing. Again, you can make it yourself in the recipe that I'm going to give you. You can make it yourself. You just get your mayo and you get some chipotle powder and, you know, you put some lemon and stuff and you put it in there and mix it all up and you got yourself some of your own homemade stuff. But you know what? I'm going lazy today, people, because I'm lazy sometimes. All right. And I'm going to use this. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom. Okay. A little on the bottom, put a little on the top. And I'm going to grab my little happy fish over here.
Are you sure your fish is happy?
It's not happy anymore because it died.
Oh.
I'm going to put a nice big piece there. Looks good. We'll grab another one and put that over there.
I think you need more sauce.
It needs, well, it's got sauce on both sides, but then you're going to add the little pickles. We got some pickles, you know, some dill pickles. We're going to slap those on top.
Where's your cabbage?
Cabbage? Cabbage. Who wants cabbage? I don't want cabbage.
What do you think about cabbage, you guys? But I guess it would need to be kind of fermented, right?
Oh, I mean, you don't have to ferment vegetables for them to be good. That's not what we're saying, but
okay.
Fermented cabbage is kimchi, so that's what we're having.
Oh, right.
Exactly.
So it is what we're here. Here's what my bowl is.
Let's see that close up. Let's get them big.
I have it all set up. And
oh, wow. Jason?
I'm gonna do this, Lulu. Here we go.
Got my meat all covered up.
There you go. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah. So you got yourself your little happy biscuit.
Yep.
And you're just gonna eat the biscuit all by itself. You're not gonna stuff it.
You can make a sandwich, but I sort of take little bites off of the whole thing. That's my style of eating. But
yeah, sure.
The kids might make a sandwich out of it.
We've tried making sandwiches out of it. Works well too. So.
Well, I'm one of those eaters that I kind of have to work my way around the plate.
Oh, really?
I have to eat one thing at a time almost. And it's like, you know, unless it's a stir fry, then I'm going to eat it all, right? But okay, so this little happy little sandwich, real simple, really easy. Again, you can put whatever you want. You want to put some more, you want to put mayo on it. You want to put mustard. I'm keeping it simple. We got a little chipotle mayo on here, some pickles, and the fish itself, and that's it. Simple. And again, if you want to, you know, get rid of the bun, you use a little lettuce wrap, which is what we would do as well, which I was supposed to do, but I forgot. See how that works?
Sometimes that happens, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try this out and give it a whirl. Let me see how this little fish tastes. Let's give it a shot. That's good. Nice and moist fish. The pickles are great. They add a lot more moisture. And I love the kick from the chipotle. It's phenomenal.
And Jason, you're having the one with the cheese on it?
I haven't tried that one yet. We're still taking pictures. See? Here's the other one for you, Lulu. Yeah, you look like you're not talking over there anymore, Sequoia. Looks like you're just...
I'm occupied, stuffing my face.
All right, Lulu, I want you to try this. This is your happy gluten-free style.
So tell us more about what you all have going on over there, Sequoia, because I know we haven't really talked about your whole dish. And tell us about your upbringing in Guam.
So the whole dish, I have the pork, and this time I put the pickled onions on it, but I'm going to go with finadeni on my next round because it's my feast day. And I have my kimchi is right here. And that is going to be nice and spicy, and it's going to cut the fat from the pork, which is really fun. And I have a little pieces of bark. And then I have the big biscuit. It's the biscuit is also totally different flavor and has that dryness, and the pork has all that moisture in it. It just works really well, all tied together. So we do have other sauerkrauts that we have too, as Mindy just pointed out to me. We like beet, so we eat a lot of beet sauerkraut. It doesn't just have to be from cabbage. You can ferment carrots, all different kinds of things. All stuff that can be done if you grow your own food. And then there's the very traditional style sauerkraut that we have ready to go as well. Sometimes the dill and the garlic ones are all really good. So and
you make all those yourself?
No, we did not make all these ourselves. So Bonnie made this one for us, and some of these other ones are, like Jason said, they were shortcuts and we bought them. So yeah, we're actually part of a place where we get sent 3 bottles of sauerkraut every month. So we're like part of a sauerkraut club. So, that's the kind of diversity that we're looking for. Because one thing about your gut is you don't want it to just have the same thing all the time. You need to vary up the strains of food that you're eating for it. So it's not about just the domination of certain species in your gut. It's about the diversity of your gut. So
Wise Goat is the name, and I think they'll ship across the nation. They actually have, not for this meal, but they have the greatest salsa. It's a fermented salsa. And they sell it at the farmers markets around here, and it's incredible.
Really neat.
Yeah. So they send us once a month, we get a package of 3 krauts, and it's like, surprise, this is what you got. So
Well, you guys can finish that in a month?
Oh yeah.
It's yes, and kraut has like so much vitamin C, and it has all these good bacteria in it. So I like that it kind of pushes us to have to finish it, because I look at it like a health food. So a lot of times I'll come home at the end of the day, he'll have grilled up some meat, and we'll just put sauerkraut on the bottom of these bowls and put the meat on top, and that's our dinner. So it's super easy to put together.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. The beet one sounded interesting to me.
Yeah, it's a different flavor. And you get gold beets. Definitely like I said earlier, the diversity is super important, and understanding just how to eat for your gut health is like a really fun, interesting thing. And it can be amazing food. Chocolate is a polyphenol food, and will help in certain ways. Wine has some properties. A lot of these different foods that you wouldn't think would be beneficial for your gut, they totally can be. So
we can eat chocolate?
That's right. It's not about not eating things. It's about finding the best versions of them, and trying to find it for as inexpensive as you can, right? We're not about spending a bunch of money. The diet that we eat, we call that a keto biotic. It's not a keto diet because we have higher carbs in it, and the carbs are all whole carbs, and we're really focused on that biotic, the microbiome part. So we eat what we call a keto biotic style of eating. And that's like our go-to, just what Mindy described. That's our go-to day in and day out food.
And for chocolate, do you like the cacao? Do you want it to be more?
Yeah, the better the product anytime, the better it's going to be. So dark chocolate is the best. Yeah. So, in our group, we have everybody from full-time carnivores to full-time vegans, and we help everybody find the best food for them. So we're not about dictating a food. We're about helping people find the ones that work for them. And that's through testing, that's through self-identification, knowing what you like and what you like to eat is a huge part of your health, of how you should design your life. We want health to just be part of your life and be fun. It shouldn't be onerous. It should be, like this.
Yeah, so. I had a nutritionist once, a long time ago, said to me, "Oh, I think you should eat carrots, as a snack." And so she kind of gave me this whole list of things that would be good to eat. And then later she said, so do you think, you're gonna go with that? I mean, what do you think? Oh, no, I won't eat it because I hate carrots. She's like, oh, well, wait a minute, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. The other thing is you should always eat in a relaxed state. So when you're stressed out, your digestion constricts and you're in a sympathetic state. But so when you're eating stuff you love, it's like relaxes you. And then you end up, as you're more relaxed, your digestive system works better. Like the worst thing you can do is eat when you like got a stressful like information or a stressful moment, or you're trying to eat really fast because you're in a sympathetic state and your digestion shuts down. So if you love what you're eating and you're cooking it, like what we do on like Sunday nights, we spend a couple of hours cooking and then we have family over and great conversation. And that's actually the way we're meant to eat, because your digestion is the most relaxed and the most turned on at that moment. But when you're at work and you're like eating really fast because you got to get to the next meeting, like that's where you can't digest your food, and then it just sits in your gut and starts to ferment.
That makes sense.
Yeah, very interesting. And so are you going to make little pork sandwiches?
They already ate.
Oh, they did?
They like shoved it down their throat.
We weren't eating. I couldn't resist. I was standing up here above the banana smoked pork. I was like, no chance. So,
Yeah, hopefully you weren't stressed out while you're eating it,
no,
right?
I was not stressed out. I was happy. Yeah.
Like we might have, I'm not
It
sure.
was,
I don't know either. But anyways, I like this. This is actually a new one for me, and I like this dish. It's almost like a fish salad, really, because it's not cooked. The fish is cooked, and it's got a little bit of Parmesan, which has that delicious fat to it. But I really love the flavors of this dish. So if you're looking for something light and tasty and something quick to make, this cod snapper zucchini dish is so good. And I love the sandwich too. The sandwich
And then you did a sandwich. So some people wrote in, so for some reason I couldn't see some of these comments, so I apologize to people. Definitely people said they're going to steal banana leaves from their neighbor's yard.
It's awesome.
That was a good plus. And then, Jim Wilson says he has a peach flavored butcher paper.
Oh,
ooh, there you go.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
And then he said he loves cabbage, but he doesn't like kimchi. Is there an alternative to kimchi that you can think of?
Well, beets would be one example.
Okay.
Yeah, or if you love cabbage, I mean, I don't know if you guys, let me see if I can get closer.
I think he said he didn't like cabbage, right?
Did he like cabbage?
Cabbage. He likes
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is like sauerkraut made from traditional cabbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can make your own sauerkraut. It's quite easy. It doesn't take a lot of money, or you just take a head of cabbage, you cut it up, put some water, put some salt, and then stick it aside and let the air come into it. And that's how the good bacteria gets in. So
Play with the seasoning. Caraway
Yeah,
seeds,
try that.
garlic. I mean, make it your own for
Yeah.
sure.
We'll try that
We're
for
gonna have to
sure.
buy a bunch of mason jars and start fermenting.
yeah, definitely. And Bonnie, who did a bunch of the recipes, most of the recipes in our Reset Factor Kitchen book, did my favorite sauerkraut, which is sunny kraut. So she did cabbage and turmeric and pineapple. And
Ooh,
and
that sounds delicious.
In the cookbook, right?
yeah, in the cookbook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they find that book through the Reset Academy link that I have down below?
The online version is in the Academy, but otherwise go to Amazon. And
Amazon.
you can find it on Amazon.
Okay, well, we'll put that link in there so people can go back to it and find it.
Yeah, for sure.
So here's a fermenting jar. A friend of mine made this. I just thought I would give a shout out to Sam Clarkson. He made this all out of clay from the Santa Cruz Mountains.
Wow.
He had an amazing studio that unfortunately was just lost in the fire.
Oh no.
But just a shout out to Sam and some of the great artwork and
Show the inside of it.
real fermenting jars and things like that.
Wow, that's
You
Beautiful
literally,
piece.
you literally like just like take cabbage and put it in here and then water and salt, and then it has these weights inside.
They're just
Right.
Weight
Pushes
it
it
down.
down.
Yeah, and you just put it aside.
Wow.
And how long does it take?
Usually anywhere from a couple of days to a week, and it really depends on, the longer you leave it, the more the good bacteria forms. And the more the bacteria forms, the more sour it gets. So if you like it sour, then you leave it longer. If you don't like it as sour, you in a couple of days, it's good.
Ah, really cool.
And is that room temperature? You're just putting it in the pantry?
Yep.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
super inexpensive. I mean, you make your own, you can ferment almost every vegetable. So, and they're all going to have a little bit different bacterial strains, which are great. So, you know, doing it yourself is awesome. That's a huge part of what we teach in the Resetter Collaborative, which is our big free group. So yeah, people are putting recipes in there all the time. They're doing it themselves all the time. It's the great thing. Fasting and fermenting your own foods do not take money. Those are inexpensive things. Health is not expensive. We really, really want people to remember that. So
Yeah, I love that. Health is not expensive.
Well, I like your approach because it's not complicated. You know, it's not you know, you're not going on some diet. You're just kind of changing a few things that you already use for different types of things that are delicious and homemade and fresh and good for you, that makes your body react.
Yeah, our big message is just, instead of eating all day, just compress your eating window. So there's times that you're fasting and there's times that you're eating. And that's actually how primally we were meant to eat. So if you go back to the cave person day, they came out of the cave, they didn't have refrigeration, so they had to go hunt their food. So our bodies actually have all these chemical reactions that turn on when we're not eating. But then they made a kill and they brought the food back and they feasted. So the human body was meant to be in a feast famine cycling. So once you get the rhythm, it's literally like you can have your cake and eat it too.
that's right.
Well, that would be good if I couldn't find a grocery store, you know?
That's right. That's right. Well, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, I laughed because I was like, well, everybody's going to the grocery store. I don't have time. I know how to fast. So I'll be okay. Like if we run out of food, I'm going to be okay.
Mindy interviewed someone on one of her podcasts. It was a podcast with, right? And she's a bow hunter. She writes carnivore cookbooks. And she's a bow hunter in Minnesota? Wisconsin. And she's not worried about the pandemic at all. I'm just going to go out and hunt on my property. And I'm a carnivore, so I got everything I need. So
Right.
Maria Emmerich, right?
Yeah,
So,
Maria Emmerich. She's got great keto and carnivore cookbooks.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of guys that we just talked to a guy the other day too. He said, I had, you know, when this all happened, I had 2 freezers filled of elk and deer and, you know, so they had it all. He was like, I didn't care. I was fine.
Are you talking about Jazzy?
Yeah,
That's
Jazzy.
what I was just going to
Oh,
talk
really?
about. Yeah.
Hey, Jazzy's on.
Yeah. So he said he wanted to see some of those smoked goodies. He's a big smoker barbecue. So
you'd be
flip
better
that,
than me. Yeah, I
flip
can.
that fork again and let's show it off because that
It's pretty impressive on the.
See if we can get up there nice and close.
oh baby.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
See some of the bark right there? Still, yeah, I think I'm hiding a piece there. So
He put it in the big green egg last night
at 11 p.m.
at 11. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit like, are we gonna be, you know, with all the fires around here? I'm like, are we okay with that thing smoking all night long? And he's like, I hope so.
No, I'd already done it a few times. I knew where it was. I knew what to set more than a few times.
You didn't wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning in kind of a panic?
I did.
I would. I knew even mine, and I have a pellet smoker from RecTech, and I've done a couple overnighters, and it works on its own. I don't have to touch it. I don't have to do anything with it. But I still have in the back of my mind is, oh my God, I'm not killing anything.
It's right. You know, it was, but you know, we had the 4 o'clock start time, so I wanted to make everything work for that.
How long have you had the
Since Father's Day.
Oh.
So he's fresh through the green egg.
Yeah, so the green egg, we got it for him for Father's
It
Day.
was great.
I honestly didn't know anything about it. And our son was like, we got to get Dad the green egg. So we go and wait in line at the green egg store. And we go in there and I'm like, I just need a green egg. And the guy, thinking I'm just buying a barbecue, and the guy, and in the store, they're like, well, they have all these different sizes and accessories. So I stopped for a moment and I looked at the guy and I was like, is this like a thing? Like, this is like a club, right? And he's like, yeah. So when we came home and gave it to him, we're like, we not only gave you this amazing barbecue, but you have a group of people now that you're like connected with.
Bunch of new friends you didn't know.
Yes, new friends. We actually got him a green egg hat. We're like, you gotta wear it out so like you know where your friends are.
Well, the good news is, Sequoia, you've got the Dads That Cook hat.
That's right.
So you're part of a family.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, dads need to be cooking. That's an important thing.
That's true.
You know, so getting back to, you know, why we're here, Jason, is like, you know, your message is totally true. We're part of the making the food in the family. And, you know, if you go out and hunt it yourself, awesome. If you're getting it at the store and smoking it and cooking it, or however you're making your food, you're part of the deal. And, you know, it's a great, and Mindy and I, we cook together. So that's sort of our style. And sometimes one of us will cook the whole meal. But a lot of times we collaborate.
He does like 70% of the cooking, maybe more. I'm not gonna lie. So
Well, you're pretty darn busy. You're both busy. You guys are both really busy. It's nice that Sequoia gets to work from home all day pretty much now. And I know you go to your office and you're dealing with patients. So,
Yeah.
you know, of course, Sequoia has to cook because he's at home.
that's right. That's right. The next step is I need him to go out and shoot some meat and like bring it home. I haven't gotten him to do that yet.
Well, I did it
Well, you do in San Jose, right?
growing up on Guam. I would go spearfishing and get my fish all the time. That's
Right.
You know, lobster, fish, spearfishing is wonderful, and you definitely know that I think there's something important to understand where your food comes from, and if you are killing an animal, understanding that an animal is giving its life and you're taking that and taking its nutrients in. So, you know, that was a value that my dad taught me growing up. And it's super important to me. So,
Yeah, we have a lot of fishermen in the group, and you know, like I said, hunters as well.
Mhm.
Couple little questions that came in because they missed it earlier, Sequoia. So how long did you actually smoke the pork for? And did the banana leaves change how you smoke it? And then what seasoning did you do inside the banana leaves of the pork?
okay, I'll go through all that stuff again too. So before I did anything with it, I marinated it overnight. So we put the pork. I took the pork and I crushed up my spice rub, and my fun little mortal that I got this nice little. I think last time Jason came, I used a electric version, and I've gone to hand version now. So
We're all about going back to primal cooking. That's our
Admin man, you know, come on.
Going all the way. And so I crushed up all the herbs and the spices that I wanted on top, and I covered that, and then with the salt as well. And then I put mustard over the top of that, and I marinated that for about 14 hours. And and then I put it on at 11 o'clock last night, and I took it off at 4 o'clock today. So the last 3 hours were in the banana leaf. The banana leaf definitely changes the flavor. I don't add more spices. I didn't add more liquid. And the whole time it was smoking, it was sitting above a tray filled with apple juice. So it kept the whole green egg pretty moist. And it was apple wood that I smoked with. So I definitely went with the apple flavor and the banana flavor combo. So,
Wow. And I'm not there to eat it, which normally, you know?
I think I should send some to you.
That's okay. He's here with his fish.
With my love bucket over here,
Oh,
feeding
how
my
nice.
love bucket. You know, now that our kids off to college, it's just
Right?
Lulu and I. That's
Yeah,
it.
until November, and then we've got him back.
Which
so.
is great. And then I'll shove some food down his throat.
yeah, he's not far from our oldest, is in Colorado too. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
okay.
She's in Colorado. That's
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, we've
And,
got.
but you've still got two at home that are hungry mouths.
That's right.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And it's fun to involve them in it as well.
All
So.
of the kids love to cook, so it's super fun. And they like, I watch our daughter who's off at college and she sends pictures of what she's been making. Like we have a group chat of our family and I swear like 50% of it is
It's food.
pictures of food. So
That's fun.
So, yeah, we believe in rewarding yourself and living well with your food.
Yeah.
So as much as, and we want it to be healthy, and it's not hard to make it healthy. So
That's
you know, one of the things that we like to do as a family when we're all together is we do little like hidden mystery box days where two people will be the judge and everybody else has to prepare meals that are from the ingredients at the store that are all purchased, and then they have to make different meals. So it's just like,
That's great. I like that.
so it's like you try to make, you know, cooking
we used
and
to
food
watch
fun, right?
Iron Chef. We watched our Friday night when the kids were in elementary school was Master Chef.
Mhm.
We would watch Master Chef. So they've come.
And now you watch Dad Cook.
I mean, it's the only thing you watch now. It's amazing.
So that's a good segue to a plug to watch Dads That Cook on YouTube.
That's right. Go over to the YouTube channel because that's what we're going to be growing pretty soon. Facebook's going to be kind of, you know, our happy little families area, but we're going to start pumping a lot more on YouTube. So if you want to watch these episodes, all of the episodes are going to be on YouTube in a condensed version.
And go to Reset Academy to learn more
That's
about Dr. Mindy
Dr.
Peltz
Mindy
and
Peltz.
Sequoia Hall.
And Sequoia. These guys are amazing, and we're so excited to be able to work with you guys too. And it's awesome to reconnect after so many years, you know, and me being down at your house with your kids and you feeding me some lamb stew back then, which was awesome. But we're really excited to work with you guys, and we're excited to get ourselves even healthier and taking care of our bodies so that way I'm not tired in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh yeah, no, we got to overcome that. We can get you energized. So I'm excited to show you.
Oh, cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers to you guys.
Oh, I need, hold on.
I got
Oh,
a little wine glass there.
I
there you are.
She was
Cheers,
hungry.
Emily Poor, and our feast days,
Yeah, on our feast days.
and our fasting as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, we start fasting on Monday.
Right, we'll be
So-
doing a 14-day program on Monday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, that's great. That brings up a point. If you guys go to the site, maybe you guys get signed up. We're all going to be doing it starting on Monday.
Yeah.
If you guys want to join in and be part of us crazy people getting healthy,
Yep.
let us know.
What we do in that, we call it the fat burner reset, and we take you through all different styles of eating. We have 5 days of carnivore. So if
or
you-
vegetarian options.
Yeah, or there's veggie options. So we take you through different fasts, different ways of eating, so you can kind of experience like what does it look like to live in a feast famine cycling world.
Hmm.
So, pretty
Very
cool.
Well, we're excited. We can't wait. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
Don't
thank
forget to
you.
hit the subscribe on the YouTube for Jason. Dad's the Cook. Make sure you subscribe for when all the new stuff comes out.
Subscribe, Dads That Cook
Give us
YouTube.
some love.
Love it up, love it up.
Love and share.
Exactly.
Love
So,
and share.
all right, guys. Well,
We
thanks
love you.
again. We love you, and thanks again for having us. And thanks for everybody watching and see what's going on. If you guys want to get the recipes, they'll be down below at some point. You can go to Dr. Mindy Peltz right now. I have a link down there below as well if you want to learn more about that and you want to get healthy and you want to eat killer food at the same time.
Cheers.
So thanks again,
Awesome.
You
Thank you,
guys are
Jason.
awesome.
Cheers. Thank
and
you.
we'll see you guys later, huh? We'll see you guys next time on Dad's That Cook. Bye.
Ciao.